What will you think about me if I told you, and this is just an example, right? If I told you that I am sick, and since I am sick, I'm not feeling well, and I want to feel better, I want to heal, I want to take care of the issue. So in order to take care of the issue, my solution is to send, let's say, one of my kids, send my son to the doctor, and have my son ask the doctor to treat him, so that through him I will get healed. Wouldn't make sense, right? That's not the way it works. In order for me to feel better, in order for me to heal, I will need to go to the doctor. I will need to have an exam, get a prescription, and follow certain instructions so that I heal and I get better, right? Even though this doesn't make sense to you, this example doesn't make sense to you, this is what sometimes happens with people that come for a session, for a hypnosis session. Doesn't matter what technique it is. They might have problems with other people, with someone else, and they want to work on that issue, but they don't want to change. They think that the problem is the other person, that they are out of the equation, that this has nothing to do with them. So they want a session done on them so that the other person can change, so that the problem is no longer there. To give you a better example, right? It's not strange that I get requests from parents to have sessions for their kids. And when I ask them about the issues that the kids may have, they might mention that they're rebellious, or they don't want to do their homework, or I don't know, they just play video games all the time. There's no communications. They feel disconnected. But with time, I'm not a psychiatrist, I'm not a psychologist, but what I notice with time is that our kids are the result of our marriage, of the relationship between me and my wife, right? Our kids are the result of our marriage, as simple as that. And what happens? Most of the parents that call me for session for their kids, they want me to have a session with the kids, but they don't want to change. They don't see themselves as part of the problems. So let me give you another example. Let's say that you take a white shirt that is all dirty because you work at a coal mine, and you take it to I don't know, the laundry, and it is clean, and you want this person to say, okay, I want you to wash my white shirt, I want it to be clean, and I want to keep it that way. But the truth is that I work at a coal mine, and I'm going to wear it again. What's going to happen with the shirt? It's going to get dirty again. Same thing happens with kids. I'm just giving an example of the kids, but this applies to other people as well. So let's say we work on this issue with the kids, right? But what's going to happen with that kid? It could be a kid, it could be a teenager, a young person, right? It's going to go back home. And the problem is there. The problem at home has not been resolved, has not been fixed. So whatever we do here in a session is going to be undone at home. Same concept of taking a white shirt back to the coal mine. It's going to get dirty again. So in order to get results, this should be a team effort. Yes, we need to work on the kid, on this person, but in this case, parents need to work on themselves as well, and they need to be committed, right? And this applies to every other situation in life. I just want you to think about this. In order for people to change, we need to change first. We are like radio stations, right? We broadcast a signal. And based on the signal that we broadcast, we attract those people. This reminds me of what happened to me and my wife in the past few weeks. You might notice that maybe my background is different. We moved, we sold our house, we bought a new one. But in the process, we went to, as people would normally do, we went to visit some houses, to see some houses. And as soon as we entered those houses, we could feel the energy that was imprinted in the house. Even though in most of them people were not living there anymore, you could feel the energy in the house. You could feel that the house was telling you the story of what happened there. You could feel when there were arguments. You could feel when somebody got divorced, for example. You could feel many of these things just by feeling the energy of the house. It's an energy that got imprinted in the house. Same thing applies with us. We are transmitting a signal. Think about it. If I am a radio station and I broadcast rock music, who's going to tune in into that station? People that like rock. If I broadcast classical music, who's going to tune into that station? People that like classical music. So think of being a victim. If you transmit the victim signal, if you broadcast the victim signal, who's going to tune in into that? The attackers, the perpetrators, the abusers, right? If you transmit resentment, if you transmit anger, who's going to tune into to that signal? Those that resonate with that. So the solution is not to have other people change in order for us to feel better. The solution here is to change ourselves first. Once we change ourselves, our signal is going to change. The information, the signal that we broadcast is going to change, and that is going to help the other people around us change. What's more, some people might not resonate with our new frequency and might get away from us. Perfect, but you might attract many other people. This is actually what happened to me and my wife when I started this path in hypnosis and spirituality. I'm not the same person I used to be when I started doing this 10 years ago. A few people just stay away from us. They didn't resonate with what I was doing, but we attracted a lot more people that were thinking like us and that were in the same frequency. And I'm really grateful for that. So I just want you to think about this. When you have an issue with somebody else who needs to work on the issues, you first. You need to change, and everything is going to change. Anyway, I hope you find this information useful, and I hope to see you again soon. And I'm sorry that I have been kind of disconnected for the past few weeks. I just explained we were in the process of moving from one house to another one, and thanks God it only took a month for us to go through the whole process. Unheard of. It just took a month to sell our house and buy a new one and move. So anyway, thank you again. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.